name's Mike Hiscox, and I'm going to be teaching the Music 101 online class this semester. So by now you should have received emails from me. Obviously, you're looking at this video, you got the link somewhere, right? And on one of those emails you should have received, or maybe even more than one, you should have received a copy of the syllabus. The syllabus has detailed information on how to find the course website that I'm going to demonstrate, how to find the EMT, which stands for Essentials of Music Theory. That's another website that you're going to have to use, and we're going to use that in lieu of a textbook, so you will have to subscribe to that service. It's $20 for 1 year subscription, so it's pretty cheap in terms of a textbook. So in this short little video, I'm going to introduce the course website, our Etudes course website, where you'll go to take quizzes, read announcements, ask questions, and most importantly, you'll go to Etudes to read the weekly modules. Modules is a term that we use now instead of lectures. A module is a section of the course. So each week I'll open up a new module in the Etudes course website. It's really important that you read every one of those. And then you'll also do your textbook reading on EMT, which is kind of an interactive website where you have video and little computer games that you play as you're learning the material. All right, so what we're going to do now is take a quick look at how to get to these websites. The first one we're going to look at is our Etudes website, and as you see, I've already opened up a web browser here, and it's posted in the syllabus, but the address, the web address or the URL for this website is myetudes, that's myetudes.org, and then you'll do a / and the word portal, Portal, and that'll take you to this login page. And we're going to log in just a minute and I'll show you what it looks like, but let me point out a couple of other things. If you ever need help with Etudes, and I'm not talking about help with the class, help with the course material, you're going to ask me. But if you have technical problems and you think the problems are with how your computer is interacting with this course management system, Etudes, there are links right here on the home page that tell you what the system requirements are, how to log in and get other help for logging in and other things. And then there's also a link here to reset your password. If you ever forget your Etudes password, unfortunately I don't have access to those, so I can't help you out. But you can go to the home page, reset it, and what they'll do is they'll send an email with a link on how to reset your Etudes password. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is log in. I've set up for myself a fake student account so that when we look at this, it'll look very similar to how Etudes is going to look when you guys log in. Hopefully I got the right password. Yes, I did. Okay, so once you log into Etudes, this is what you get. This is showing, there's several things to look at. There's a logged in user as John Doe, that's my fake student account, and then right next to it is a log out button. There's something called a dashboard, my sites, my resources, account, and preferences. These are links for how you can, different pages to where you can set up Etudes to operate the way you like it. If that's intimidating to you, you don't have to do anything there. The only one you need to know is log out, and you press that when you're done. Okay, so once you've logged in, if you're only taking one online class, then only one link will show up along the top edge in this red area of the Etudes page. If you have multiple online classes, or if you've taken online classes in past semesters, there may be other links showing up along here. So we want to look at my class, which is the Music 101 class. The link for that is right here, LAHC Muse MUS 101 7640, that's the section number. And then it says MHISC, that's short for Mike Hiscox, because I'm the teacher, and Fall 16. So I'm going to click on that link, and that will take us actually into the Music 101 Etudes website. And you'll know that because you see the little picture of the blues guitarist. On the right, there is an area of the Etudes homepage that'll show you announcements. And as I post different announcements throughout the semester, different things will show up here. On this right-hand side of the homepage, what will be displayed is the last 3 announcements that I posted. This is a very long welcome post, which you can read on your own a little bit later. But as I post more, this will get moved down in the list until there are 3 new ones, and then this one will disappear. But the thing to remember, if you ever want to go back and read an announcement that was posted earlier in the semester, you can still do that. Over here on the left side of the Etudes page, you'll find what they call navigation links. So we're currently on the home page. We can click on the next link down. It's something called Course Map. And that is a week-by-week list of what you should be doing. So if you're ever confused, and it is common to be confused in the first couple of weeks of an online class, the Course Map is a great way to just have an organized list of things you should be doing each week. So, for example, week 1, we should be reading the syllabus, read through the orientation, and we should read about this assignment. There's a little participation assignment right off the bat. And this is how you get there. This tell us about yourself. Module 1 now is not showing up as a link because it hasn't opened up yet. I'm making this video before that module has opened up. If it were open, that would be a clickable link too. And then there's a couple of assignments, actually 2 unit reviews and a worksheet. We'll talk about those in a bit. Okay? So once the modules have opened up, they'll stay opened all semester long. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry about that. So again, this is the course map we're looking at. Announcements are over here. And remember a minute ago I said that the announcements, after I post 3 announcements on the home page, if I post any more, they'll start disappearing. They don't disappear, but if you want to find them, you'll have to go to this announcements link. And everything I've posted the whole semester will be available, so you can check it out later. Here's the syllabus. And same syllabus that I emailed to you, but if you ever lose it, the one I mailed to you and you want to take another look, it's right here, and it'll be here the whole semester long. Shows you due dates, dates for the quizzes, dates for the midterm and the final exam. It gives you a basic outline. Now this is a tentative schedule of things we'll be studying each week. And then down at the bottom there are just some helpful hints for people who've never been in a college class before or never been in an online class. And if you keep going down, there's information on how to log into EMT, which again is Essentials of Music Theory. That's the website we're going to use instead of a textbook. Shows you how to get there, how to log in the first time, etc. And at the very bottom, there are some links to downloads that you might find interesting. Something about financial aid. There's a download of the instructions on how to get to EMT, and another copy of the syllabus if you want to download it and print it up. Okay, so that's the syllabus section. Next is modules. Now I mentioned modules before. Modules are really, really important. They are the lectures, the weekly lectures in an online class. I know you folks are smart enough to know that you can't pass a college class if you never show up, right? It could be the easiest class on campus. You have to at least show up for the lectures to be successful. The same is true in an online class. Now, you don't physically have to come to campus, but you do have to show up by reading the modules every week. And I know how it is. It's tempting, especially if you fall a little bit behind, to think, well, maybe I'll just skip the module this week. Bad idea. Some of the material that you see in these modules will be similar to what you're learning in EMT, but I guarantee there are some important things that you'll need, information you'll need for tests and quizzes and homework assignments that is only found in the modules. So it's really important to read them every week. And once these start opening up, right now the only one that's a clickable link is this Etudes Help and Tutorial and the Orientation. The others haven't opened yet. But once they open up, they'll show up as clickable links. You click and it'll take you right there to the stuff that you want to read for that week. There are also little printer icon buttons. You can print up the modules if you like. A lot of students do that. They read them first on the computer, and then that way you can watch any videos and listen to any audio that's part of the module. And then students often print them up and put them in a binder and use that as lecture notes or outlines to help you study. Okay, so 15 weeks, 15 modules. Really important to read them all. This assignments, tests, and surveys, this is where you can click to find descriptions of all of the homework assignments that you're going to have and all of the quizzes. When the quizzes, there are 2 quizzes that you're going to take online. When those become available, you'll come to this section of the course website and click on the link to begin the test, etc. All right, so assignments, tests, and surveys. And discussion. We don't use this a whole lot in this class, but it's a great way. The first week we're all going to introduce ourselves to one another in this Tell Us About Yourself discussion forum. And there's also a tutoring center forum. So throughout the course, if you have questions and about the material, don't ask personal questions or questions about your grade or anything like that, because this is a public forum. But if there's something in the material that you're just not getting, feel free to post questions here in the tutoring center. The advantage of that is other students in the class might have the same question, and if you post it and that question gets answered, not only does it help you, but it might help that other student too. And quite often, if I'm bogged down and don't answer right away, sometimes students jump in and they can answer your question. That's really good, because students often will present the material in a slightly different way from the way that I've presented the material, and that might be just what you need to understand it. So I would encourage you all every week just to take at least a quick glance at this discussion section of the course website. See if anything has been posted. Questions you can answer, questions you might need answered. This is the place to get help. Okay? This is also a place, again, discussions and private messages, where you can send me or really anybody in the class a private message. Click on the private messages link here, click on new private message, and then you can select a user. So if you wanted to send an email to me, you just select Mike Hiscox from this list and then type in a subject and type away your question. And this, again, is a private message. If you're having some sort of an issue, you can attach examples or whatever. So any questions you want to post to me or anybody else in the class that are private, use the private message system. If you have received private messages, you'll know that by right next to this private message link, you'll see a number in parentheses. If you ever see that, that's telling you you have some messages waiting to read. All right? We have a chat section. Don't use it too much, but every once in a while, if students happen to be online at the same time and want to ask each other questions or just say hello, the chat section is here. Resources, that's really important, because that's where you're going to find all of the class handouts, and specifically the worksheets. You click on these links and they download as PDF files, which will print on any printer, any computer, Mac, PC, doesn't matter. PDF is called a portable document format, so it'll open up on any computer. So you click on that and download worksheet 1 or 2 or 3, and then print them up, and then you'll write in your answers in pencil, scan it, and email it to me, or drop it off if you have other classes on campus, etc. You can read about how to turn in the worksheets, both in the assignment description or on the syllabus. Okay, almost done here. There's a link for a grade book. So every time I post your assignment grades, they'll show up in the grade book, so you can keep track. You can also help me keep honest or keep up to date. If you notice that you turned in work a week or so ago and I haven't posted the grade yet, this is a way to check that out, and then just send me a quick message and say, hey Mike, what's up? Post my grades, and I'll help you out. Lastly is a link to the college library, so you can find out what the library resources are, etc. All right, that's it, or that's my very, very quick look at the Etudes website. So I'm going to go ahead and log out, and then I'm going to flip over to another website that you need to know about. Okay, the other website you need to know about is EMT. And again, EMT stands for, as you can read here, Alfred's Essentials of Music Theory. It is what we are going to use instead of a textbook. So the good news is it's only $20 for a 1-year subscription, way more than you need for the length of this class. And very cheap in terms of textbooks. Most textbooks are at least $100 nowadays. So the first time you log in, you have to pay for it. It is a $20 fee, and they handle payment through PayPal. So if you already have a PayPal account, it might be a little easier. If you don't stress. You can use any credit card. It's pretty simple. What you'll do the first time, as you see this web page, there's a section on the right. It says for new parents. Whether you're a parent or not, this assumes that this software is going to be used by little kids and their mom and dad are going to pay for their lessons. Well, you may not be a little kid. Maybe you're young at heart. Doesn't matter. What you're going to do the first time to pay for the subscription is you have to go to this For New Parents section. You'll post that or type in that password that I gave you. The password, if you've forgotten, it's on your syllabus, but the password is the first letter of your first name, your complete last name, and if you have a hyphenated name like De La Vega or something like that, or separate words, just no hyphen, no spaces. Just type your complete, your first letter of your first name and your complete last name with no spaces. All right, and then the last 4 digits of your student ID. That's your username. Then you'll click on Activate Student Account, and they'll make you pay for it, etc. And this way, you will be automatically connected to my EMT class section. If you sign up any other way, you might get access to EMT, but you won't be enrolled in my section of EMT, so I won't be able to see your scores. So the first time, this For New Parents section. Once you've taken care of that, every other time you log in to EMT for the rest of the semester after you've paid is right here, Member Login. Username, your password. Once you log in, you'll see something kind of similar to this. Mine is a teacher account, so I have some links that you don't. But I'll just give you just a couple of things you should look for. There's a Getting Started section, which will help you figure out how to use this program. Most importantly, though, somewhere on your main menu, you're going to see something that says View Lessons. And that's where you want to go to see the actual course material. And I'm talking really fast, aren't I? Sorry about that, but you can watch this video more than once if you need to. The material is divided up into 3 volumes, and that's what these folders are. Each volume folder can be opened up, and inside each volume is a whole bunch of units. All right, so the first week, we're going to really move through quickly, get started quickly. The first week, you're going to do 2 units, Unit 1 and Unit 2. So to get started, I would open up the Volume 1 folder, then open up the Unit 1 folder, and then I would just click on the first link. And we can see that some of the screens just give us information, like this one. When I'm ready to move on, I click the right arrow.
Music is written on a staff of 5 lines and the 4
And the nice
spaces
lady
between.
interrupted me, but you can see that some of the screens will present information through audio, so it's important that you have your speakers or your headphones plugged in and turned on, and etc.
Music notes are oval-shaped symbols that are placed on the lines and in the spaces. They represent musical sounds called pitches.
So it's interactive software. You keep working your way through each lesson, and at the end of the lesson, you'll see, if I were to keep moving, this is all Lesson 1 of Unit 1. The next folder is Lesson 2 of Unit 1, etc. And then there's an ear training section at the end. And then finally, at the end of each unit, there's a unit review. And that's the bit that you're going to turn in for a grade. You will do it on your own home computer, and all you have to do is work through each of these unit review tests all the way to the end. If you quit in the middle, it won't save your score. But you start the unit review, answer the questions, work through it all the way to the end, and then when you're done, if you're satisfied with your score, just send me an email or an Etudes private message and say, "Hey Mike, I'm finished with Unit 1." That way I can log into Etudes, and because I have the teacher account, I can view your scores right from my computer. So there's nothing to email or scan or any of that. You just complete the lesson, let me know that you've completed it, and I'll log into Etudes and post your EMT scores there. All right, I'm going to log out here now. I think we're just about done with this little introduction. I hope you're not too overwhelmed with how quickly I talked during this little intro. I'm sorry about that. Just a couple, to finish up, a couple of quick points. If you've never taken an online class before, hang in there. You're going to get it. It may be really confusing at first. If you've never taken a music course before, don't stress about it. This course assumes you know absolutely nothing about music. If you know some things, it's helpful. Not at all required, though. I've had students who knew nothing at the beginning of the semester, ended up earning an A. Happens all the time. The key, though, is to stay involved. That is true of any music class, because it's like learning a language. You can't skip a class and then jump ahead. You have to go through all of the material. So do your best to stay focused, stay engaged. And for online classes, easy to put them on the back burner because you don't have to show up twice a week to see the teacher. But please don't do that. It's really, really, really hard to catch up if you skip a lot of class material. And trying to catch up quickly by skipping the modules or skipping the EMT lessons, that doesn't work either, because you'll never be able to pass the tests, never be able to do the homework. So stay involved. Log in several times a week if you can. 3 times a week, I would say, be a minimum. Make sure you're completing the EMT work. Make sure you're reading the modules. Don't just skim them, really read them. And then most importantly, ask for help when you need it. I'm happy to work with you either through email, over the phone, or if you have you live by the campus or you have other classes on campus, I'm always happy to meet with students in my office on campus. All right? So, busy week this week. Log on to EMT, log on to Etudes, get started, and I hope to see you soon. All right? Take care. Bye.